Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm in Mantoloking, New Jersey, and I'm here to change out a bunch of recessed lights around the perimeter of the house and up on those balconies, in the back of the house, in the front of the house, the side of the house. These are all going to be retrofit. I'm using RAB wafer lights with goof rings, which I'll show you in a moment. And I'm changing out these old Lightolier recessed lights. And the Lightoliers are unique in the fact that the way that they assemble together and the profile they leave behind for the cutout, I have to use the goof plates to cover up that excess space that comes with the Lightolier. So I'm glad you're here watching this video. Thanks so much. We just recently passed 14,000 subscribers. I'm very grateful for that. And I hope you guys enjoy this video. It's really nice working nice properties like this, I'll tell you. But there's the Atlantic Ocean, which is also really nice, right? All right, so I just want to take out this knockout. I've already taken out the trim. I'm going to show you all the steps on the next one here. Basically what I've done is I've disconnected the lamp holder here. It's plastic, so it won't rust either. All right, now let's do this one from the very beginning. I'll show you all the parts. Okay, so let's get up on the ladder here. I'm going to try to do this one-handed, all right? Well, the first thing we need to do is take a knife and score the outside here. So this will come undone. All right. Again, usually I have two hands doing this, but I'm just trying to show the camera, so stick with me here, okay? All right, now I think we can take this down. See how the whole assembly just falls out like that? And so the wiring box is inside here. But if I don't have to mess with that, I'm not going to mess with that. So what I'm doing is I'm cutting out this light piece right here, stripping it back, and putting my wafer box right in this place. So as you can see, this whole can kind of falls out. It's the trim. This is a Lightolier. Not a big fan of them, but there's a ton of these down in Ocean County here. So we're gonna cut this out right here like this. I'm gonna have to get a second pair of pliers just to make this cut easier, because I got a bunch of these to do. I don't want to spend all day just cutting wires. Well, we could do that too. This should be a great place to use your 9-inch lineman pliers. Of course, I have them on the truck, but I like these Klein hybrid pliers. They're 7-inch because I can strip back my conductors, and they're just easier to work with. But here, I could have used a little more leverage that the 9-inch lineman pliers would provide. All right, so there you go. I'm using these RAB lights here. So it's a 6-inch edge, 13 watts, 1,000 lumens, and a 50,000 hour lifespan for this light. And it's got an adjustable Kelvin temperature. And I'm setting these at 3,500 since it's outdoors. Now, of course, you can set them up at 2,700 outdoors as well. Although, like I just said previously, I was trained at a seminar many years ago from a landscaping instructor, and he said that 3,500 is usually a good color temperature for outdoors. And so I'm going with that opinion. It's real easy to adjust it. 27, 3, 3,500, 4, 5,000. So it starts at 27, 3, and then 3,500, and we're all set. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take out one of these KOs, one of those KO seals, I should say. I'm going to install an MC connector into my junction box. No, I only got, after I'm done with this one, I only got like 16 or 17 more to go. And then I just slide my conductors through the MC connector here, pull it through, set my set screw, which is rated for equipment ground. The old armored cable that comes from the junction box of this Lightolier recessed light is rated to be an equipment grounded conductor. There's a black wire and a white wire, and they get connected to the leads inside the junction box for the wafer light. Strip back my wires real quick like this. All right. Boom. It's repetitive. Like I said, I think I got like 18 or 19 of these to do. I brought 24 lights, but I only got 21 of the goof trims. And I'm just gonna push it into my connector here. Boom. I don't think these are Wagos, these connectors. These are like inline connectors or whatever the hell they call them. Spring connectors, because I can't, once the wire's in there, you can't really take it out and reuse it. So that's the difference between this connector and a Wago. All right. There we go. I'm set at 3500 already. I'm just gonna tuck this up in here, get my wafer light, and away we go. Later on, after doing a few of these, I actually assemble them on the ground instead of on the ladder because it's much easier that way. Took me a little while to figure out how this is going to work, but basically that wafer light snaps into the goof ring and it just leaves a small profile edge for design once it's up against the ceiling. Really, really nice design. I'll definitely be doing more of these with the Lightolier replacements. We'll just push it up and it's like an all-purpose wafer. How about that? I think they're really gonna like these lights. What a difference. Where'd that old piece of shit we had in there? Oh, it connects in there good. Why isn't that not going in there nice? There. Look at that. What a difference between what we first had and now that. Very nice. So, like I said, I think I got 16 or 17 more to do. So doing these retrofit jobs is nice because you're definitely improving the property. These Lightolier lights, I don't know how old they are, but somebody had previously taken out, I guess, the incandescent bulbs that first went in there. Those big BR40s. I did a lot of those when I was younger, but I didn't do too many of these Lightoliers. We always did Halos or Junos when I did remodeling projects before I had my own business and my license. So these were a bit of a challenge, and I've been asked to do these before, and I just declined because they're just a pain in the neck. But now that I know that RAB has that big goof plate that covers the profile of this trim is much larger than a regular recessed light for whatever reason. Maybe by like 5/8 of an inch, maybe 3/4 or less around the edge. So when I took these original trims down, there was bare wood, or it had to be painted and finished. So most people do not want to deal with that. They just want to put the light in and be done with it and not have to worry about getting somebody else back in there to sand, to prime, to paint. Of course, that can be done. But before I did any of these, I showed the I don't know what to call the guy's name. He works for the family here that takes care of all this maintenance stuff. And his name is Manny. He's a good guy. I just wanted to show him what I was going to put up before we put it up. He was okay with it as long as everything here is uniform, which it is. Now, I originally did the count here, and I counted 18. But on the job today, I had 4 cases, and each case has 6 of these lights, and I used all of them but 3. And I'll have to go back with 4 new ones because I got 7 more to do a little later this week. But I wanted to get this video out to show you the work that I'm doing. And so I'm up and down the 8-foot ladder here, taking out the old trims first and throwing them right in the garbage here, the garbage can on wheels, which definitely helps. And then we'll assemble 3 of the lights here, and then we'll install them before calling it finished in the back here. There's still 2 more on the top here that I got to get the extension ladder out, and those are the 2 that those are 2 of the 4. I'm sorry, 2 of the 7 that I need to do when I come back later this week and finish up. Hey, if you like this video, do me a favor, hit the like button. Thank you. And so after I did a few of these, I got into a little bit of a groove here, assembling the lights. Basically, I slide the goof plate over the junction box and then over onto the light itself, the LED itself. Then I get to the junction box and I take out one of the knockouts. I put in my MC connector. I attach it to the box. And then I install it to the armored cabled whip from the old recess light. Attach it with the set screw so that the light is suspended from the ceiling. Then I wire it, close up that junction box, pass it away through the ceiling, and then use the 2 springs to attach it to the underside of this ceiling here. And basically, I do that. I think at this house, I've done 21 of them, like I said so far, and I got 7 more to do, so a total of 28 of these lights the same way. Alright, so this one was difficult to take out, and as you can see, some of the trim broke out on me there. So if I was doing anything other work with this, I'd have to replace this trim. Anyhow, these little springs up here are what keeps the can attached into the opening. This one, there's another one here, and another one here. Another one here, and another one here. But these springs are what keeps this can from coming out. That's how it sits in there. And so down here by the ocean, obviously a lot of erosion. Look at it, the salt water stains on that junction box of the recess light. And it's everywhere. If you found this useful, hit the like button. Thank you. I would tell any young electrician that scoring this around the light right here, what it does is sometimes the paint from the ceiling gets caked up on that trim. And so if you were to pull the trim away, you would chip some of that paint, and then you'd have somebody have to come back and repair that. So you want to be real careful here not to damage the paint around the light fixture. Sometimes they put these fixtures in while the paint's still wet. The contractor just wants to get done, get paid, and be on his way. Doesn't want to come back the next day and wait for the paint to be dried. I get that, but it's the wrong way to do it. You should wait until the paint is dried so you don't have to worry about the light fixture sticking to that paint. Then again, we're about 100 feet from the Atlantic Ocean, and the salt water do wild things to the lights. and anything in contact with that salty air. So anyway, so just use caution when you're taking those old lights down to score around the trim before you take it down so you don't do unwanted damage to the light.